Hey guys, Colin here and welcome back to Center Life Balance. In this second video out of this Tai Chi for Beginners series, I'm going to be covering alignment. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced student, alignment is one of the key principles that you need to adhere to if you're going to want to have good Tai Chi. So with that said, let's get started. Okay guys, in this video we're going to talk about alignment. Alignment is key and important in Tai Chi, especially when you start getting into doing the forms. So the first thing you're going to want to do is learn one of the Tai Chi forms so that you can focus on alignment, balance, relaxation, moving from the center, and whole body movement. First thing, learn one of the forms. Now, when it comes to alignment, I just want to give you a few tips that are going to help you to keep you on the right track as you're going through your form so that you're not making some of the mistakes that I would have made when I started out doing Tai Chi. Now, when it comes to alignment, when you're starting out and you're a beginner, you'll probably find that it requires a lot of leg strength to do some of the movements. In Tai Chi, the legs do a lot of the work. They do all of the heavy lifting. So when it comes to alignment, getting strong legs, it's going to take a bit of a process, is what I'm saying. It's going to take a little bit of time before your legs are strong enough to keep your balance while you're shifting weight and doing some of the more difficult movements in the form. But getting back to what's important with alignment is you got to think about your alignment starts from the ground up. So your feet are basically the foundation of this house. You got to make sure that you've got good foundations when you start to do your Tai Chi form. Now, just to give you some examples of how bad alignment could affect your body and your posture and ultimately affect your ability to generate power in Tai Chi, I'm going to just demonstrate some poor positions of, let's say, bad posture and bad alignment from the feet up. So, first of all, let's say we're stepping forward to about here. And this is quite a strong posture for me. My weight is back here on the right foot at the moment. And I feel like I can quite easily move forward and back here, and I'm quite in balance. Now, an example of what might be sort of, let's say, bad posture or a bad foundation would be if this back foot is turned out a little bit too much, and let's say my front foot is turned out a little bit too much. Well, now this opens the quad area, and already I can feel a bit of strain starting to build up on the inside of the legs. Also, if I was in a fighting situation, for example, if somebody came to push me, it's going to be very easy for them to push me because my body is already tilting back. I'm already on my heels. The weight is already moving backwards because the legs are open too much, the feet are open too wide. So with your alignment, you want to make sure that you've got a strong foundation, that your feet are not open too much. It'll also help you with the next time that you need to take a step. For example, again, if my feet are way too wide open and if I want to step backwards, then I've got to really overstretch and it's going to be very difficult to step backward. Whereas if the alignment is correct, then when I'm stepping back, I can shift the weight comfortably onto the back foot and then step backward like so, and then shifting the weight back. So it's important to get your alignment straight from the ground up. Fix the feet first and focus on that when you're doing your Tai Chi form. A quick tip here when it comes to moving around in your form, just remember that the knee is a hinged joint, which means it's like the elbow. It doesn't move side to side, it goes like that. It moves in straight form. So when you're doing your stepping, try to make sure that your knee is following the same line as your foot when you're stepping, so that the knee is going over the foot but not extending beyond the foot. You don't want to be overreaching with your knee. That could cause knee problems, especially if you overstep and then you do some sort of twisting with the knee, can cause a bit of damage to the ligaments. So make sure that the knee is in alignment. You don't want to have the knee going way off to this way, or if it's coming way in here like this, you can see that the alignment's going to be off. If the knee is in here like this, it's going to put my hip out, my hip's going to put the shoulder out, the whole body is going to be out. So it's good to start with making sure that the alignment is correct from the ground up. Okay? Now, the other area I want to cover here, just really briefly when it comes to alignment, is maintaining a correct spine. So what I mean by that is Again, with the opening movement, as we're stepping out, shoulder width apart, we want to try and maintain that straight line from top to bottom while we're doing the movement. Now what that requires is that one of the legs is going to have to work quite hard to be able to hold the weight of the body, while the other leg is more empty, it's more relaxed, it can step out, okay? So as we're stepping out, we'd sink the weight down, sort of sitting back a little bit. But I also want to maintain the straight line of my spine, and from there you can lift the empty foot. Now it's a bit empty, you can just step out and keep that spine straight as you're moving. Another example of that might be when you're doing, let's say, cloud hands exercise. It's in all of the forms. It's that when you're doing your stepping with the cloud hands, again, you want to be sitting back, stepping, and then just breaking down this movement for you here, maintaining a straight spine while you do the movement. You don't want to be doing too much tilting at the waist. So some of the mistakes people make early on is they might try to overreach, and by overreaching and trying to get that wide stance, by overreaching, they end up tilting here at the waist. Therefore, they're messing with their alignment. They're going to put their body out of balance, and the body is going to be not as strong as it could be when they're shifting weight. So the tip here is that when you're moving, don't go for the big stance. Go for alignment. Go for maintaining your spine, keeping it straight while you do the movements. Whether you're stepping forward or backward, it's better to maintain that spine wherever you're moving instead of going for the big movement. For example, don't go like that. You can see I'm tilting the spine. When your body is ready for the movement, you can step out and then move. But generally, you want to maintain that spine and keep your body relaxed, sinking the weight into one foot before you step. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.